Why do most websites use div and span for layout? Today you will finally understand it clearly. Div and span are the backbone of modern website layouts, and every web development must understand how and where to use them. In this video, I will explain what div and span are, why they are called non-semantics element, and how they help in structuring and styling web page using CSS. In this video, we are going to learn body layout elements in which non-semantics div and span. Before starting this, I will give you the brief explanation about the body layouts. Body layouts generally classified into two types. One is semantics, other is the non-semantics. In today's topic, we have the non-semantics div and span. After completing this, we will start with the semantics. So as of now, we are doing the non-semantics. It's a small topic, so I picked this one. When we start the semantics, we have header, footer. It's a very huge topic. It will take the more sections to complete. So now I'm starting with the non-semantics div and the span. What is div? It refers to the division used to separate topic from the current context. And what is span? It refers to the topic in the same content, which spans along with contents but separate to highlight. And the div is block level, and this is the inline level. Now we can have a look how can we use in our project. Generally, just have a look how we are using. As of now, in the previous sections I have showed you how can we keep the image to our project, and we have learned all this how can we add folders, files, and we have seen basic structure of the HTML, and we have seen how can we add elements of the HTML and the elements of the head. Now we are moved to our body part. In body, we had generally divided into two types, semantics and the non-semantics. In today's sections, we are dealing with the non-semantics. So I'm removing this part. Now just have a look how we were dealing with the div, and afterwards I will show you the span. Now div, we have, just for example, I am taking the web development here, and I am using the another div, the div HTML, and another one is the CSS. I'm using it, and JavaScript, React JS, and another div I'm using as a Node.js. Just to make you understand and the expression, I'm opening this with our live server. Now just have a look how it's going to display. This is the web development course we have over here. In this way, it's displaying it. Now, how can we separate this div? This is then heading, this is then course list. Then how can we can give this a we can keep in this a separate div to make this different. We have div, and this is the start token and this is the end one. Now we are giving this one as a class course list. I am giving this as a class as a course list, and for this I am giving the class as a course title. First we need to give is a class Course title. I had given the course title and the course list. Now as I show you how can we give styles, now I am removing style for the body, and for course list I am giving the styles. I had given the style as a capitalization, I had given the margin given. When we start our CSS, now I'm going to next topic, we are going to teach you about the margin and the text style and the font size. As of now, just have a look. I had given for you to make you understand. I had given for the course title, I had given this type of styles. Now just have a look how is going to display. Now just we have a heading over here and we have the course list. Now I am giving styles to our course list. This is our course list. I had given styles for the course list. You can have a look. This is going to display in this way. Now instead of this span, if I am removing this one to make you understand. Now I am giving this one as a span. I am deleting this one to make you understand. Now instead of div, I am using the span. Have you understand about the span? I had given you the all the div. Now I am explaining you the span. I am same using the example of HTML. Another span. CSS, JavaScript, all I given this one. I'm not giving this one as of now. I'm removing this. Just I'm giving roughly one span. Just have a look in this way. What I told you, when we use the div, that is came in the block level. Now it's showing in inline. This is what I had given in the notes. As I told you, div is itself is a block level. It will not allow anything beside. Now it's inline. So all the elements are we can show in one line. It's in one line. Now just have a look. It's on the one line. It has in one line. This is what is mean by block and inline. The span is itself is the inline. If we use the div instead of it, that will block. That will not allow anything beside it. So we have to give all the span for span is equals to I am giving the block. We need to give style as a block. So it is going to block. It will not allow anything beside that one. Now it's displaying in this way. This is what we have difference between the span, and we have the difference between span and the div. What I thought in the today's class, before starting our body, we need to definitely understand what is the div, way to use the div. Div is the element which can separate the topic, but when we use the span to separate, this is the div, and the span has the parent and the child relation. In the general terms, we use it as a child and the parent relation between the div and the span. In the today's class, I had taught you how to use div and how can we use the span. This is our today's section. Have you understand? But in the next section, I am going to teach you how can we use the margin, how can we give the text transform and the flex direction. In the next section, I am going to teach you before starting how can we design our body. I am going to teach you everything step by step. Before starting semantics body layout, you must understand this one CSS property. So I am teaching you in the next section the sum of this CSS property before we are going to our semantics property. In next video, we are going to learn CSS borders and the CSS border radius. After completing this CSS border and the radius, we have some of the more elements of the CSS like CSS border radius and the box shadow. We have the text margin, text align. After completing that all, we can start our body part before, because body is a very complex. We have everything we have to design in our body. So in next section, before starting our semantics, I am going to teach you CSS border and the CSS radius. in today's sections. As of now, I'm ending the section. I had taught you how can we use due and the span. There is a and the common what we have difference in between both of them. Thank you. Have a good one.